Hey.
Do you have a driver's license, please? Insurance and registration.
I sure do.
Okay.
Is there a reason why you pulled me over?
Yes.
The video starts with a man who is being caught by a police officer. But what happens after the instruction is gonna shock you. So stay tuned to the video till the end.
There is. You ran a red light when you were at University and Rural, and then you made an improper turn right here. When you cut the car off, that was in lane number L2. Do you have a driver's license, please?
The man asks the officer, why is he being pulled over?
I do, but it's in here. You're not going to be scared if I reach it, are you?
Do you have any weapons?
Well, I don't answer any questions, but you can clearly see inside of my vehicle, I have camera equipment. I'm a TV producer.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license, please?
I do.
Could you grab it for me, please?
But I did a U-turn where the road was closed. I just want you to notice that.
All right. Could you give me your driver's license, please?
I can, but I got to reach in here, and I don't want you to be scared.
Just give me your driver's license.
This is the Mullen Commission. I teach constitutional law.
Okay.
Just so you understand what you're doing here.
All right.
Be really careful your steps here.
The man explains that he made a U-turn because the road was closed. I just want you to notice that, okay, I can give you the driving license, but I need to go in here and I don't want to be terrified. This is the Mullen Commission and I teach constitutional law, so proceed carefully.
Please give me your driver's license, your insurance, and your registration.
You don't have to be demanding. You can clearly see I'm pulling out my identification for you right here.
The officer again asked for the man's driving license, insurance, and registration. But what the man said is truly appreciable.
You're armed and dangerous. I'm not. And you can't lose your temper because I'm a citizen and you're doing your job.
I'm just asking for your identification.
Right, but you're being aggressive towards me and I don't like it. So you need to stop.
He said you do not need to be demanding. I'm clearly bringing out my identification for you right now. There's no reason for you to be disrespectful to me because 300,000 people follow me as a constitutional law professor, so while you're armed and scary, I'm not. You cannot lose your cool because I'm a citizen and you're performing your duties.
And you guys have just become tyrants. Like, I'm not usually this close to someone who's just so dangerous that carries a gun around pulling people over, demanding things. It's like, it's absolutely ridiculous the way you guys behave, and you wonder why people don't like you.
The man goes on to say that you have 8 minutes to finish your stop if you make a mistake at any point along the way. I'll get your jacket, and you know what I mean when I say jacket. I'm obviously showing you my identification right here. I'll remove the tape and hand it over to you.
Drive around with my identification showing for people to see it. You follow what I'm saying to you? You want to cover it up so you stay protected from identity theft.
The cop gets impatient and demands records once more.
I mean, what in the world would make you pull me over? You can clearly see that the road was closed and I had nowhere to go.
Sir, I've already told you why I pulled you over.
Yeah, but you're just making an excuse to pull me over to see if I'm drinking or to see if I've done something wrong or to look in my car. I mean, the truth is there's all the information you need right there. That's my driver's license, that's my insurance.
While the man says, I'm not typically this close to someone who carries a gun around and pulls people over demanding things. It's like how you guys act is completely ridiculous. Do you wonder why people dislike you? Look at your behavior. You don't see the roads being closed back there.
I just bought the car, so I just got it.
Could you just pull whichever one
I don't know which one it is here. Oh, you know what? It's over here. It's the sticker.
It's the piece of paper that comes with
Yeah, it's the piece of paper that comes in the window.
The man explains further why he is not having his identity. He says, please listen. You can be as short as you want, but I don't exactly drive around with my identification on display for everyone to see. You follow them, stating you want to cover it up so you don't become a victim of identity theft.
I mean, I can't believe you even pulled me over, to be honest. You could clearly see that road was closed. You didn't see the road was closed?
The man provides all the information. He then claims that it is consent, since he constantly produces it. The cop then requests the registration card, to which the man responds that this is a brand new car, the registration's still in a massive form right here.
Camera in here, so don't say things that aren't true. I didn't cut off anybody.
I keep looking for your registration.
I didn't drive recklessly.
I keep looking for your registration. I keep looking for your registration.
Or anything else.
The man again comes to the point that why the cop pulled him over. To be honest, we could easily see that the road was closed, but the cop didn't notice it. The cop responds, I saw, but I also saw that you were stopped at a red light and you turned left at a red light, and then I also saw right here you turned a lot from lane number L1 and straight into lane number 2 and cut off the other vehicle. To this, the man replies that don't make things up, he did not cut anyone off, and for the proof, he has a camera over there.
Let me see if it's let me just take a look and see. It's on the other side. Let me get my
on the passenger side?
I can get it. I don't need you. I don't need your help. You can. I'm not a criminal, so get the fuck off.
The man gets out of his car to take registration back, but gets prevented by another cop who tells him to wait in his car. But what happens next? Will he be able to go on the other side?
You're not for officer safety.
This is
under
for
Terry
my
versus
safety.
Ohio. I'm Pennsylvania versus Mims right now. I'm outside of my car. The 1978 holding. Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm allowed to go over and get my registration as he asked me to do. Stop demanding. Look what he's doing. He's demanding me around.
Yes.
This is not a lawful order.
I'm directing you back into your vehicle.
No, because I said don't tell me what to do.
Directing you back into your vehicle.
No, because I said don't tell me what to do.
This argument gets extended, and the man tells him to be careful because he is not the one they are thinking of.
Okay.
So now let me get my registration as he asked me to do.
I'm gonna have you wait in your vehicle.
I need to go around the other side to get my registration.
Okay. When I'm ready
He's
to
already looked at you. You're not the boss of me. You're a cop doing a job.
Yes.
You have no other skills than this.
This is my traffic stop.
This is not your traffic stop. This is my freedom.
The cops want the man to wait right in his vehicle, but the man knows this is not what the law states. So he explains the law to his audience and reveals why the officer is scared.
You to wait in your car.
No, the answer is no. The answer is no. You cannot demand that I do unlawful orders. I teach constitutional law. Be very careful, officer.
Okay.
You don't think that it'll affect you, but by about the second year.
The man further spills out the truth, saying he does not have any real power. The man further decided to give a lesson about the laws, explaining the Mullen Commission and how the American police treat American citizens.
Again,
now you're touching me. Get your fucking hands
you
off
moved
me.
into me. I was standing right here.
Look, who's walking up and doing what to who?
I'm not moving at all, sir.
I have 300,000 followers, brother. They're going to love this. I have 300,000 followers, brother. They're going to love this.
After some time, the first officer returns his documents and gives him a citation for the wrong turn. And this is what the man replies. According to the man, the cop is a coward and backs off.
You want to follow me? He wants the registration. I want to get it for him.
I want you to keep waiting right here in your driver's seat.
Listen, see, this is the problem with police in America. This guy right here is an authoritarian piece of shit.
The man then thinks of taking a business card, but the cop quickly leaves after knowing that they messed with the wrong man. According to the man, the cops were just cowards. At last, the video gives a lesson that always acquires as much evidence as possible when dealing with our society's strict cops, because the evidence can save you in the event of a lawsuit. During a routine traffic stop in Coronado, California, the man is confronted by the police for allegedly violating the California Vehicle Code. The officer singles out the GoPro camera mounted on his helmet as the reason for the stop, initiating a contentious debate over the interpretation and application of the law.
It's an infraction. It's a moving violation. You can't have anything on your helmet. It compromises the integrity. Can I have the information I asked you for, please?
Actually, sir, I mean, the fact that you pulled me over for a traffic violation of a GoPro on the top of my helmet, which is for my safety, it's kind of ridiculous. I will not be consenting to anything. So
Okay.
if you need to get a sergeant out here, that'd be great.
What's your name?
Did I commit a crime?
I've stopped you for a traffic violation.
Okay.
I've asked you for your information. You're refusing to give it to me.
I'm not refusing to give it to you. It's just I did not commit a crime. And you pulled me over for a GoPro on my helmet,
And it's a traffic
which
violation.
is for my safety.
Okay. Do you understand what I've stopped
What's
you
your name and badge number? Bliss, what's your badge number?
for? You answer my...
Asserting his Fourth Amendment rights, the man engages in a heated argument with the police, refusing to provide his identification. He maintains that he has not committed a crime and questions the legality of the officer's actions.
And in fact, it's the stupidest thing you can pull me over for is that freaking camera.
Is speeding a crime?
A camera on my helmet.
Is speeding a crime?
A camera on my helmet, sir.
Answer my question. Is speeding a
I'm
crime?
not answering any more questions. I'd like to speak to my lawyer.
Can I have your information, please?
You can get your sergeant.
Sit tight. I just want to let you know that I'm also recording this stop.
Of course
and
you
I've
are.
asked you numerous times for your information and you're refusing to do so.
I'm not refusing. If I committed a crime, I would absolutely give you my ID.
All right. You've been stopped for a traffic violation,
I got stopped for a GoPro on my helmet.
and I've told you it's a traffic violation.
That's a bullshit violation. So go ahead and get your sergeant here.
Okay, I've told you it's a violation, so you're still refusing to produce your information.
If
when you've
you
been
can
informed that you've
articulate a crime that I have committed, I will ID. Until then, I do
Okay.
not have to ID. And in fact, this is a violation of my Fourth Amendment right, and I am now invoking Title 18, Section 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. If you do one more movement without getting your sergeant here, you're fucked.
Did you hear me?
Did you hear me? Get your sergeant here.
I'm
I'm done speaking to you. I told you
explaining-
I am done talking. I am now invoking my Fifth Amendment right to stay silent.
If
Thank
you
you.
fail to produce your information,
Then what? You're going to
you're
arrest
in
me?
jeopardy about being
So that'd
placed
be
under
kidnapping.
arrest.
And I already invoked Title 18, Section 242.
How is that kidnapping?
You'll find that out in court, sir.
You're failing to identify
You'll find
to
that out in
myself.
court.
Are you familiar with?
Are you getting your sergeant?
Are you familiar with Section Penal Code
Are
148?
you not listening to a lawful order?
Are you listening to
Call
my
your
lawful order?
sergeant.
Invoking Title 18, Section 242, the man points out the potential degradation of rights under the color of law, emphasizing his knowledge of legal statutes. In addition, he exercises his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, further reinforcing his stance against self-incrimination. The encounter intensifies as legal principles clash with law enforcement's demands for identification.
He literally pulled me over for this.
Are you Cody Shear?
Mind your own business.
Are you Cody Shear?
I am not answering questions. I don't answer questions.
Wow, this cop is a piece of shit. Not only is he harassing this man, he's out here blatantly saying his name. If that even is his name, he's just throwing out someone's information like that. This cop's a grade A piece of shit.
Hey Cody, if he issues you a citation, are you gonna sign it?
If he issues me a citation,
Correct.
he could take that and wipe his ass with it.
Why are you being so...
Because he pulled me over for a fucking GoPro on my helmet. Okay? Is that a crime?
If it's in the vehicle code, then yes, it is.
Is it a crime? Do you know what a crime is?
Yes, I know what a crime is. If
Okay.
it's in the vehicle code, then it's a
So
crime.
just tell me what the difference between a crime and an infraction is.
An infraction is a crime, yes.
Okay, so is this a misdemeanor or a felony?
I don't know. It's definitely not a felony.
Well, I know that, but is it a misdemeanor or a felony?
It's
Neither
most likely
one.
Not, it's most likely not
Either
a
one.
misdemeanor too.
Okay.
But I don't
So I
know
don't need
that.
I don't need an ID for a non-crime.
The other cop comes to the guy and asks him to provide his ID, where he asks the cop really politely if this is a crime, and that he has a cam on his helmet, where the guy refused to give his ID to the cops.
How's it going, Lee?
Morning, sir. How are you?
Morning.
So what's going on?
So it was a great day.
Okay.
Okay, I was just out enjoying my day, and I got pulled over for having a GoPro on my helmet.
Okay.
Okay, and so I let Bliss know that this is a violation of my Fourth Amendment right. The fact that I was just traveling, I was following all the rules and laws of the road and just traffic safety and nothing. And then he gets behind me and pulls me over for a GoPro and tries to tell me that that's a violation of whatever code. What safety code? What does it even matter? What if I had a fin on my helmet? What if I put my visor up? Is that now a violation of the traffic code? Like, look how close my visor is being as high as my GoPro. What violation, what crime have I committed? Please tell me.
Okay, so you're in violation of California Vehicle Code, which says you can't have that mounted on your helmet.
Okay, so can you
It's as
tell me
simple
what
as
code that is?
Pardon?
What code is that?
Pardon? I don't know, what code is it?
Okay, look that up and also tell me what crime I
Regardless-
committed.
Regardless, it's an infraction.
Okay,
It's like speeding.
and I'll see him in court.
Correct.
Absolutely.
need
And
your
it's gonna be a
we
fun
need
day in
your-
court. Make sure you're ready for a full day, buddy.
Right, and we need your information.
A discussion unfolds between the man and sergeant who arrives at the scene. The man asserts his rights and questions the legality of being pulled over for having a GoPro on his helmet. Tensions rise as they debate the need for identification and potential consequences.
Are you threatening me
I'm not
with
threatening you at all.
arrest?
I want to know whether you're
No,
going to
with
provide us
with an
your
arrest.
identification so he can fill out his citation, so then we can give you a summons to go to court, so then you can come to court and then talk to the judge about it.
You know how easy it is for him to just put his tail between his legs and say, "Take that off your helmet."
Pardon?
Why couldn't you have said, if that's such a violation, why couldn't you just ask me to take it off?
Well, he would have.
No, he didn't. He could have. He walked up. He wanted my ID so he can give me a ticket.
Your ID, so
Right.
how do you know he's going to give you a ticket?
Because he asked for my ID.
How do you know he's going to give you a ticket?
It doesn't matter. I mean,
so you're making an
listen,
assumption
so
because
listen,
he
here,
asked
look,
for an
here,
ID
right here.
that you're going to get a ticket.
Right
correct?
here. Don't be grabbing, and you're getting too close to my personal stuff. Right here is my ID.
Okay.
Okay. Am I being threatened with an arrest because I put a GoPro for my safety on my helmet and got pulled over by a...
The man firmly asserts his belief that he is not obligated to provide his identification unless he has committed a crime. He challenges the sergeant, accusing him of violating constitutional rights and asserting that law enforcement officers are merely public servants. He provided the cop with the ID.
You asked for one thing, you got one thing, that's all you're getting until this. I speak to my lawyer.
Well, I'm not a party to this. I was just throwing it out there.
Okay.
Just to throw it out there.
Tensions escalate as both parties exchange harsh words, with the man displaying a distrust of the officer and expressing his intention to expose alleged misconduct. The encounter concludes with the man receiving a citation and preparing for a legal battle, vowing to challenge the actions of the officer and seeking accountability for what he perceives as a violation of his rights. Damon Fryer, a popular YouTuber and supercar enthusiast, was pulled over by the police in Beverly Hills, California in the month of May 2018. This meeting became noteworthy as a result of the ensuing activities and exchanges that took place between Fryer and the officer after it took place. What all took place? Let's investigate this matter further.
You have your registration and insurance?
Yeah.
What brings you to California?
During the encounter, the Beverly Hills police officer initiated the interaction by requesting Damon Fryer's driver's license, registration, and insurance. This is a standard procedure during traffic stops to verify the legality and validity of a driver's documents.
I live here. I give you Canadian driver's
So that's
license.
exactly what I'm trying to figure out. You're giving me smart answers, but I'm trying to get to the bottom of something.
It's not a smart answer.
It kinda
You're
is.
not customs. I don't need to explain to you why I'm here.
Okay, so you need a California driver's license to drive in California.
Fryer complied with the officer's request and handed over his driver's license, registration, and insurance information.
International driver's license?
Excuse me?
You have your international driver's license?
You're a cop. You should know I don't need that. I'm a Canadian citizen. You have a treaty with us. I'm going to exit the vehicle to get my passport.
During the interaction, the officer raised questions about Damon Fryer's presence in California and his Canadian driver's license. The officer's questioning aimed to determine whether Fryer was a resident of California or merely a visitor.
What were you about to say?
Stop saying you just ran.
I didn't run a stop sign.
Just saw you.
Which one?
Lamita, sit down.
Which one?
I just told you. You're so busy asking me questions. You're not listening to my answers. I said the one on Lamitas.
I didn't run any stop sign. I have everything on camera.
Fryer explained that he was a Canadian citizen and represented his Canadian driver's license as proof of his driving credentials. He asserted that as a non-resident, he was not obligated to obtain a California driver's license and that his Canadian license was sufficient for driving legally in the state.
I said the one on Lamitas.
I didn't run any stop sign. I have everything on camera.
Okay, that's fine. So do I.
Pardon?
I said so do I.
Sure.
Stay in the car, don't get out, man.
No, I won't. Wow. International driver's license.
Fryer explained he didn't need a California driver's license as a Canadian citizen and showed his passport. The officer insisted that Fryer needed a California driver's license and an international driver's license, which Fryer disputed, and pointed out that Canada and the United States have a treaty in place that allows Canadian drivers to operate vehicles in the U.S. without the need for an international driver's license. He argued that his Canadian driver's license, being a valid and recognized document, provided the necessary authorization for him to drive in California, and he moved out of his car.
How are you doing?
Great, how are you?
Awesome, man. I'm allowed to film you.
I didn't say you weren't.
I don't know why you're shining the light on my camera then.
I'm just making sure I can see inside the car.
And is 11 out on the foot beat?
Well, you don't need to do that by following the
It's
camera.
not very defensive, sir. Why is that?
Because you pull me over and you don't know what for.
The other officer was standing at the other door and asked Fryer how he was doing, to which Fryer replied nicely that he was doing amazing. Fryer also mentioned that he is filming the officers and they can't stop that, to which the officer said he was not even saying anything to that, but was flashing the flashlight in front of the camera so that the officer's face was not visible.
I told you what for. Look at your camera, you'll be able to see what for.
I didn't do anything though. You lied about the stop sign, and you don't understand what exhaust is on my car. Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
The officer asked why the guy looked so defensive, to which Fryer replied that he has been pulled over for nothing, to which the police said check your camera to see what you have done, where Fryer said it's nothing there. Also accused the police officer of lying about the stop sign as there weren't any and there's no exhaust in his car.
Modified exhaust, right? One.
Yeah.
You're not having a California driver's license.
I don't need a California driver's license.
Okay. So can you sign here, please?
And if I don't?
I have to take you to jail.
Really?
Yeah.
The officer proceeded to issue citations to Damon Fryer for 2 alleged violations: the absence of a California driver's license and the presence of a modified exhaust on his car. These citations mark the culmination of the interaction between Fryer and the officer, reflecting their differing perspectives on compliance with the law. Regarding the first citation, the officer asserted that Fryer was required to possess a valid driver's license issued by the state of California in order to legally operate a motor vehicle within its jurisdiction. Fryer refused to sign the paper which the officer was asking for, to which the police said he'll be behind bars because of that.
Is that part of the not having a driver's license thing too?
California. So like I said, it's not an admission of guilt, just promising you'll take care of the citation. So with that being said, your car is subject to tow.
What?
Why? Because you're driving your own license in California.
I can do that.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can. I have a Canadian driver's license. It's not illegal to drive here with that.
The moment Damon Fryer put his signature on the document, the police informed him that his vehicle would be impounded since he did not possess the appropriate license for the state of California. In addition to issuing citations for Damon Fryer for not having a California driver's license and for the modified exhaust on his car, the officer took his response to a more concerning level. The officer, perhaps frustrated by the disagreement and Fryer's persistence in his stance, resorted to making a threat regarding Fryer's vehicle. In a display of authority, the officer went as far as to threaten Fryer with the possibility of having his car towed if he was spotted driving it again. Typically, the decision to tow a vehicle is contingent upon scientific circumstances, such as when the vehicle poses a safety hazard, is involved in criminal activity, or when it is in violation of parking regulations. In this case, the officer's threat appeared to be an inappropriate escalation of their authority, as it was not supported by the violations Fryer had been cited for. Fryer, being aware of his rights as a motorist, could have questioned the officer's ability to carry out such a threat. If Fryer believed the officer's action to be unjustified, he could have requested clarification or brought attention to the officer's lack of legal grounds to tow his car. Feeling aggrieved and determined to address the situation, he left his car behind and sought advice from his friends and other people he trusted. Discussing the incident with his friends and seeking their input provided Fryer with valuable perspectives and guidance.
You're just playing hardball. It's all good, dude.
Okay, so like I said, if I see you again, I will tow your car, sir.
Yeah.
Okay? You have yourself a good night.
Yeah, you too, man.
Thank you.
Empowered by the advice he received, Fryer made the decision to confront the issue head-on. Arriving at the police station, Fryer took the initiative to speak with someone in authority about the unjust threat made by the officer.
Okay, so tell me...
I'm going to record it. If that's cool.
It's already recorded.
No.
24/7.
For myself.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So what documentation do you have, like as far as your ID or license or...
Fryer decided to take action and file a complaint against the officer. Recognizing that he had been subjected to an unjustified threat and concerned about the officer's abuse of power, Fryer sought to hold the officer accountable for their actions. After leaving the police station without any further problems, Fryer proceeded to the relevant authorities in order to formally lodge his complaint.
A foreign-issued driver's license.
I'm not a resident.
No, I'm just saying they
okay.
can drive, right?
Yeah.
So you got a citation for something you should not have received.
Correct.
That's item 1.
And then the threat to take my vehicle away from me based on that citation, which doesn't exist.
Okay, so the good news is that did not happen. You have your car.
The officer's behavior during the encounter with Damon Fryer revealed a troubling lack of understanding regarding license requirements and an improper display of authority. In addition to issuing citations for not having a California driver's license and a modified exhaust on Fryer's car, the officer went further and threatened actions that he did not possess the illegal authority to carry out. He got an F for that.
The international, Canadian, U.S. driving, whatever the legal jargon is, that I can drive on this license. and I'm not to have my vehicle towed if he sees me around Beverly Hills again.
Firstly, the officer's lack of understanding regarding license requirements became apparent when he insisted that Fryer needed both a California driver's license and an international one.